Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here. Wanted to come on today and just say hey to everybody. It's the end of my day. Just been watching YouTube videos, trying to get a little inspiration myself and some endeavors that we're doing, things that we're trying out. Just trying to live our best life. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to come in here and read over chapter 2 for you guys. I know. Read over chapter 1, and so now I think it's a good time to read over chapter 2. Chapter 2 is called Potential, and it's really important. I think that it's a principle, and it's a definition, and it's a word that's so greatly misunderstood a lot of the times. It represents everything that you have the ability to become. Everything that you have the ability to become is your potential. Now, something that I say in here, and it's one of my favorite quotes from the book, and I don't know if that sounds, selfish or arrogant or anything like that, but it's so true, is that your potential, and it's actually on the back of the book, it's up to you. You are laden with limitless potential that can only be realized with decisive and specific action. Your potential is not what you will be, it is what you can be. Now, that's something that you need to realize, that we all need to realize, is that our potential does not represent what we will become. It is what we are capable of, and it is only really, in many aspects of life, limited by the amount of pursuit, the amount of work, the amount of consistent effort that we are willing to put in. Like tonight, do I feel like making this video? The answer is no. It's been a long day. I've got a 15-month-old. Come home, and I've been in the floor for like 2 or 3 hours, but I want to make this video for you. I want you to like this video. I want you to hit that like button for me, and I want you to hear what I've got to say, because I feel that my life has greatly improved, and my life has changed consistently since I really started understanding these things. And that's the reason I wrote this book, because I think that the same thing is true for you and for anyone else, is that the more you understand these things, the more you can apply them, and the more that you can change your life. So let's start reading a little bit about potential. Chapter 2, Potential. You've got so much potential if you would only apply yourself. These are words that I know I have heard in my life, and I imagine you probably have as well. Perhaps they were not spoken to you directly, but you have heard them. You may have wondered what it means or whether it applies to you. The truth is, this statement applies to us all. We all have potential. Potential is defined as a currently unrealized ability, or having or showing the capacity to become or develop into something in the future. Potential is something that an individual or object is capable of, but has yet to become or do. This is not something that will just happen inevitably. The revealing and unleashing of potential requires specific action. Not just action, but specific action. The question is, what is the action? The correct action that will unleash your potential and change your reality is right at your fingertips, but camouflaged, if you will, by the mystery of what to do next. Rest assured, inaction will never bring about the answers you seek. It's up to you. You are laden with limitless potential that can only be realized with decisive and specific action. Your potential is not what you will be, it's what you can be. Dynamite is an excellent example of potential. On its own, dynamite is nothing more than a paperweight. It requires a source of substantial enough heat energy for its potential to be released. When this happens, we find that our paperweight had more potential for change locked within itself than we could ever have imagined. Remember though, with adults, The release of potential usually requires a firm decision followed by action. However, as adults, we develop routines and become dependent on them. Our will to stick to these routines can become so strong that they can significantly limit the likelihood that we will be exposed to something unexpected and new. Without this exposure, the chance of drawing something unknown from deep within ourselves becomes slim at best. We must be willing to step out of our comfort zones and open our lives to exposure. It is our responsibility to avoid procrastination and the never-ending routines. Very rarely is someone going to force exposure upon us and help bring about the changes we seek. Not as adults, anyway. I'm going to stop right here and talk about that just a little bit. That is just so important. You have to consistently put yourself in a new situation. And it doesn't mean that you have to change your job, but maybe you take on a little more responsibility. Maybe you try to be more polite. Something different. Something different is what brings about change. Consistently being the same will get you consistently similar results. Okay? Like, I'm not like the most public person. I don't necessarily enjoy seeing myself on camera. But I know that if I want to reach you, if I want to affect you, if I want to, become somewhat of a success with my YouTube channel, I have to do YouTube. I have to make this video for you. And so you have to step out of those comfort zones. My comfort zone was on the couch a minute ago. In the 30 minutes after my daughter goes to sleep, I'll sit for just a minute. But this is where I need to be. This is what will get me where I want to be, big picture. And so you have to think that same way. We're both exactly alike. We're both just people trying our hardest to do our best. And so we have to embrace these facts, these simple things. Let's get back. Being pushed into the unknown is something that happened more often when we were children. At a very young age, we were pushed into different areas of unfamiliarity by supervising adults. Once exposed, we eventually came to realize we had talents and that some things came more naturally to us than it did for others. This discovery of talent or skill has happened to us all at some point. We find that perhaps we are good with math, writing, drawing, singing, dancing, or even politics. We play a sport only to find that we are better at it than those around us. We may discover we enjoy public speaking when it is terrifying for almost everyone else. But most of the time, during childhood, we were not actively in pursuit of being better humans. We just came to find that we had potential in specific areas as a result of forced exposure, and a small glimpse of our potential was revealed. As adults, we must understand that it is our responsibility to step out of our comfort zones and pursue the unknown. We will never know what will bring about success and joy in our lives until we have exposed ourselves to the proper stimulus. Not anything hardly is going to work the first time. You're going to have to keep pursuing things until you find that thing that you do that is the thing that made you successful. The first thing may not be it. The 10th thing may not be it. But eventually, you will have the story of when you discovered the thing that changed everything. And so remember that. We will never know what will bring about success and joy in our lives until we have exposed ourselves to the proper stimulus. Remember that we can expose the dynamite to wind, water, cold, or anything else. But until it comes into contact with the right amount of heat, its potential will remain a secret. You got to know that you're a stick of dynamite. You've got so much potential inside of you to just explode onto the world, to finally realize that potential, or just a part of it, more than you know about right now. And there's no telling what could come about in your life. There's no telling what could change. Actively seeking to be more can reveal potential in ourselves that perhaps we were utterly unaware of. Don't be confused and think potential is only revealed through financial success or career growth. You may have within you the potential to be a great father, mother, mentor, boss, employee, or friend. The possibilities are limitless. There is only one way to find out. You must expose yourself to the world of stimulus. How often do we procrastinate, causing us to postpone our future? How much time do we spend silently struggling with the current conditions in our lives? How much time do we waste putting ourselves under stress and anxiety, just sitting and thinking about why things have not happened for us yet? Think about the foolish nature of this situation, sitting, doing nothing, and wondering why nothing is happening. The answer is obvious, I hope. The time that we spend worrying about our future, regretting our past, or anguishing over whether or not we are behind in life can easily be repurposed and used constructively, but we must first see clearly that what needs to be done and then make a firm decision upon change. You have to decide you want to change. You can't just know what needs to be done. You have to decide to be the one that does it, because there are others that are doing it while we're talking right now. Whatever it is that you need to do to unleash your potential, someone else is doing right now. Let that person be you. Make the decision. Take the action. Unleash your potential. Change your life. It is then that our potential just might be able to expose itself. Did you know that the average person spends almost 7 years of their lives in a worried state? That's on average. For those of us who know ourselves to be serious procrastinators, the actual number could be 2 or even 3 times that amount. Now imagine if you could get that time back. There would be ample time to make substantial changes to your life. Well, I have good news for you. You don't have to get it back. You already have it. It's right here with you, right now. It is hidden behind your next decision. Your potential sits and awaits its release. Decide what you want and then begin to act. I need for you to understand a simple truth about unleashing your potential. You live right inside of this opportunity for the span of your life. Your whole life is your opportunity. You will never miss it. It is your life. Every minute of it is your opportunity. Realize that. You have never missed out on your chance, and it will always be there for you to pursue. It's not too late. As long as you have breath in your body, your potential will wait. Having this realization can offer substantial insight into what we have to work with every day. You have today. You may not want to admit it, but we all have extra time to pursue our hopes and dreams. Do not fill yourself with false truths like there being no money or time with which to begin to reshape your reality. Effort and belief are the only resources that are usually found in short supply. Effort and belief are the only resources that are usually found in short supply. Think about that. We all have indulgences. Perhaps it's money spent out with friends or time on the couch watching television every day to unwind. What did I just say I was doing? We eat fast food instead of buying in bulk and rationalize lazy days as something we deserve. Over the years, these occurrences begin to consume substantial quantities of our time and money. It was our decision. It was your decision, my decision. It was our decision on each of those occasions that have accumulated to create the existence we find ourselves in today. It's no more complicated than that. We are the sum of the situations that we have found ourselves in and the decisions that we have made when we found ourselves in those situations. They've all added up till today. By deciding upon action and taking advantage of more of your idle time, you can little by little start to unlock more of your unused potential. It is just sitting there waiting. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to unlock some potential in front of you people. Let's do this. Now that you have this possible change in perspective, I hope you will feel differently the next time you know you could be accomplishing something, but decide to remain the same. It's your decision. What you become is no more complicated than that. I'm not saying I never relax or take a day off. I do. We all need to rest and reset from time to time. However, If the quality of your life is diminished because of the feelings of decreased self-worth or regret over inaction, then it is madness to not change your ways. It really is. If the quality of your life, my life, is diminished because of the feelings of decreased self-worth or regret over inaction, the way we feel because we're not doing anything, then it is madness not to change your ways. So if you feel bad because you know you should be doing things, the cure is so simple. Just start doing things. If you are unsatisfied with your life and still decide to be idle, then your lack of success and happiness can be no one's fault but your own. And that's the honest, brutal truth, folks. Pursue your interest and keep your mind open to new opportunities. Seek out your life instead of surviving it. Seek out your life instead of surviving it. And always remember, you've got so much potential if you would only apply yourself. Guys, I hope you enjoyed chapter 2 of my book, Potential. Next time we're going to go over something that was mentioned several times in this chapter, comfort zones. Another super important topic that is just very often overlooked and underappreciated. It's something simple that has so much effect on your life, so much effect on my life, and we all need to consider it if we want to be better and change ourselves. And so next time we'll talk about comfort zones. All right, guys, please like the video, subscribe, hit the notifications bell if you're interested in hearing the rest of this book, and then some other chatty type videos that we're going to do, just discussing different things. Thank you so much. God bless. We'll see you next time.